What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Anthony Sain Show. Here with my guys, man. It's been a minute. Kenny Stubblefield, Perry Sharkey. My guys, what's going on with y'all, man?
Man, not much, man. Getting through the day.
Man,
Getting through it, man. Hey, hold on. I got back from Huntsville last night, super late. Got home.
man. What kind of hotel Penny had you staying in, man?
Man, I
He-
wish, man. Not
I
in
think
Huntsville. I ain't
he
staying
drove
there.
there, came back the
I
same
drove
day.
there and came back.
He flew you
Me
out
and-
and
me
fly
and-
you out to Alabama?
Me and Roman Cleary in the Palisade, man. We were driving, we were chilling, hanging out, having a good time, man. Roman Cleary, the GOAT, man. Like we had a good time. But I came home to to Grizz Nation, Grizz Twitter, on fire, man. Like as the tribal chief, like what's going on, bro?
Man, as a tribal chief of Grizz Twitter, man, my heart was hurting yesterday, man. Some casualties last night, man. My guy Coach Vaughn got called out by Ja came at him, man. Just many things going on last night in Grizz Twitter, man.
Tough
Folks
scene.
is in their feelings, man. The Twitter Grizz analysts, the bootleg Grizz Twitter analysts who got all the stats and numbers to defend Coach Jenkins. They had the numbers ready. They had the calculators in playoff form last night, dropping the math and the science on the people who have things to say against Taylor Jenkins last night. It was just a great night in Grizz Twitter, man.
It was wild, man.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Coach Vaughn, man. And I'll say this too, Coach Vaughn, if anything,
He didn't say nothing wrong.
he's a great fan, and he's a fan of this team. He wants the team win. And I'll say this, and I really want to stay here for a minute too. Cool. It's cool to be a fan of the team, to love the players and look at the players in a great way, all those type of things. It's good to have your bias about who you like, and you might be a Taylor Jenkins guy, you might be a Ja guy, you might be a Jaren Jackson Jr. guy, Bane guy. You might have whatever narrative you have to reasons why you like the team or why you like certain players. But I think there's something that we'll talk about that later, like as far as like standing on your narratives, right? But fans have the right to vent and a right to have a safe space. And fans also have the right to be dummies. Like, you know what I mean? There are a lot of places you can go if you want to hear people saying stupid shit in the name of the Grizzlies.
Oh, yeah.
You can go. Some people might think that the Anthony Sain Show is one of those places. I don't think it is. But there are a lot of safe spaces out there for fans to say whatever the hell they want to say, right? And I remember, I'll take this back to, there was a local basketball player whose parents would always be in the Facebook groups, right? Man. And there would always be arguments in these Facebook groups between this kid's parents and fans. And the fans would come back and say, man, y'all got to be careful what you say because, you got parents in here, you got recruits' parents in here and all. But those spaces are set up for y'all to do what y'all want to do, for y'all to get y'all shit off and sound as educated or as stupid as y'all want to sound. Players and their families, they choose to be in there. They don't have to be in there. I've never agreed to that. And I remember having this conversation with my guy Ant on Twitter. I can't think of Ant's last name. The guy,
the cook, the chef, the chef
guy. And he was like, man, I just be careful what I say because for the players' mental health and all that. I'm like, man, it is not our responsibility for these players to protect these guys' mental health. They have to take that on their own. Like, nobody is making these dudes log on to fucking Twitter or to go into some message board or going to some Facebook group or Twitter Spaces or whatever they're doing and hearing what people have to say about them. Like, nobody's making you do that. And you talk about the greats of all time. I guarantee you that Kobe Bryant never popped up in a message board to see what people were saying about him. You know what I mean? I guarantee that Michael Jordan wasn't sticking his head in I'm going back to what was relevant at the time, right? I don't think Michael Jordan was going to find local newspaper articles in Denver to see what they were saying about him. Even though he might have been. Michael Jordan might be.
If he was, he used that to
right.
push, yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is, man, I understand like being nice and being like human when it comes down to these type of things. But bro, like players have to take that on their own. Like it's not the fans' responsibility to protect these guys' mental health, to protect these guys from insults and all those type of things. I'm not going to be the person that says, well, I pay to go so I can do this. And I'm not taking that approach at all. But if I choose to be critical, or if someone chooses to share their opinion about something, it's the player's responsibility to avoid those type of things. And I'll use myself as an example. I probably have over 300 people blocked on my Twitter. Why? Because the energy was bad. They said something stupid about me. They said something that affected my mental health, or affected how I felt about something, either myself, someone I love, or whatever. So guess what? You don't have access to me. I don't have access to you. Cabinet member Elon Musk, future cabinet member Elon Musk, has it now set up where even if you block somebody, they can still see your stuff. But hey, guess what? Cool. But things finna nothing to me ever again. And that's the choice I made. That's the choice. That's the decision I made to protect myself. Because I'm like, okay, if I'm investing this much time into social media, is going to be the most pleasant experience I can make it possible. I don't care about what you think about me. I don't care about what you think about none of that. You just won't have access to me. I'm not going to allow you into that space. And I'm not going to go into your space. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to, but I just think we got to be careful about that type of stuff, man, because like I said, I was entertained by watching the conversation between Ja and Coach Vaughn. Coach Vaughn, dude, I got his number in my phone. We talked. I've talked to him since then. Like I said, I get Ja's point. I get Coach Vaughn's point. Y'all gotta stop dick riding too, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, pause. Like,
I want to say something.
Like,
about
stop all that, bro. Cause
we have to
stop the dick riding, bro. Like, for real though. Like, we all love Ja. We all advocate for Ja. There are some people that will advocate for Ja in ways other people don't. But I guarantee you that some of those people that were like coming at Coach Vaughn yesterday had some crazy stuff to say about Ja when he was doing some when he was wild.
Yep.
I guarantee you that. You know what I mean? Because that's what when people are clout chasing and dick riding, they just look for the next big dick, bro. It ain't really nothing special about you. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it was crazy. Last night was wild. But the frustration of last night's game, wasn't a good feeling, y'all. It's been a minute since I felt that, since I've given a damn about the Grizzlies losing, right? And this is something I haven't felt since the playoffs of 2 years ago. Because last year, like I joked about, it didn't happen. And last night was the first night where I was kind of walking around the house upset on Twitter. Didn't want people calling me. What you calling me for? You know the Grizzlies just lost. Like, all that type of stuff, right? Wasn't the best version of myself because of the Grizzlies losing. First time I've been that way in a very long time. Wasn't a good feeling at all, y'all. just to be honest with you, man. But here's the thing. This is how I balance the whole thing out. In 4 games, the Grizzlies are 2-2. This is not a bright side moment because this is a very frustrated opinion I'm about to share. It's not a bright side moment at all. This is a team that I see that is 2-2. That has had double-digit leads against every team they played.
All 4.
All 4 teams they played.
That is that's so crazy, man.
14 plus, at least 14.
14 points or more in every game in the second half, right? Against every team we played against, right?
Wow.
That's a team that's had only got Jaren 2 games ago. Didn't have Ja last night. And Desmond Bane has not played 30 minutes in the game yet, I don't think.
That's crazy.
No Vince Williams, no Gigi Jackson, no Luke Kennard. All 3 of those guys will be rotation players when they get back. If you cut it to a 9-man rotation, all 3 of those, 2 of those guys for sure will be rotation players, no matter who you ask, right? You still found a way to have every team you've had down. And that includes Orlando, which is a playoff team, a team that I think is going to be top 3, top 4 in the East. Yeah. Orlando Magic.
Who Paolo scored 50 points the very next game after you shut him down.
Who might be like an all NBA level dude this year.
Yeah.
The Orlando team, you beat them. That Houston team's probably going to be a playoff team. You should have beat them. Who else we played? Chicago, they're ass. They're not good. Utah should be good. They should be better than what their record is. And you've done all that. You should very well be undefeated, and you're not even full strength. You're not even really playing good basketball. And I think that after 4 games, I'll say that Coach Isolos and Coach what's the other dude's name?
I don't know, good with assistant coaches.
Other dude, Olivier St. John, whatever his name is.
Anyway, St. John, yeah. St. Patrick or something.
No, St. Patrick, St. Andrew, St. Joseph.
Something. St. Andrew.
And the other dude. What's his name? Zortex.
I know you talking about. It could spell like Noache or something like that.
Yeah, LaRoche.
LaRoche, here we go.
Yeah, Trevor LaRoche, right?
Yeah.
I like the love child of offense that they created. It's really opening up things. It makes us where I feel like we can score in any half court. Every half court set we run looks like we should score. Or I feel confident when we're in the half court set for the first time since Tony
the
Allen
grind. Yeah.
and giving the ball to Zebo. That's the last time I felt this good in the half court. So I liked it. I like the whole thing. I think the defense is going to take care of itself. I saw some dominant defensive moments yesterday when Jaren Jackson Jr. and Zach Edey were on the floor together and Marcus Smart was dialed in. I'm not really worried about the final outcome of this season. I don't think we're a 500 team. I think we're closer to an undefeated team than a 500 team, right? But I have serious concerns about Taylor Jenkins and also the lack of accountability from the fan base to just it's okay to criticize Taylor Jenkins. It's not directly because this is how I'm triggered, man. This is how I'm wired. If I say, okay, that's coaching, or if I say, okay, that's terrible, or Taylor Jenkins has to get that together, and then you come at me as if he doesn't deserve that criticism, I'm going to double down and say, you know what, he actually deserves to be fired. Like, that's going to be that's my reaction. Because I'm okay with just saying that it was a horrible job. But when you tell me that it's not a horrible job by him, I'm going to come out with the Tumas Isolo meme with breaking news with the Grizzlies logo underneath. I'm going to drop those kind of memes the next day because I think coaches are highly replaceable in the NBA. And I have these conversations with people. Taylor Jenkins is a good coach. I don't think he's a bad coach at all. But do I think he's the coach that could take the Grizzlies to the next level? I personally don't think so. And society, and not society, but history also suggests that he's not as well. There aren't many guys that have started with a team that was a young, bad team and as they drafted guys, took that team from being a young, rebuilding team to a championship team. I can think of one example of that in the last 30 years, and that's Mike Malone with Denver. He was the coach when they were bad, and he was the coach when they were good. He was the coach when they won the whole thing. Very seldom do you see that. I've seen people throw out other names. Those names do not apply to what I'm saying. Could he be the guy? Yes, he could. I don't really see the signs of it. And like I've said all the time, I don't think that these are things that you have to wait until April, May, June, which is when the playoffs start, to see. You should see those things now. And shout out to the people on the Chris Vernon show. I didn't see this myself. I heard this was a quote that came from there. But someone said, I understand why you don't play Ja a lot of minutes. Hadn't played in 2 years. Had a shoulder, dislocated shoulder. Had the ankle thing, right? He didn't even play, or he played one preseason game. I can understand limiting his minutes or slow rolling with him. I can understand slow rolling with Jaren, who had the hamstring thing. You don't want to tear up the hamstring. But bro, tell me why Desmond Bane ain't playing 30 minutes a game. You understand what I'm saying? I understand that there are minutes restrictions, but dude, if Jaren Jackson Jr. can come in with 6 minutes left in the game, he could have came in with 8 minutes left in the game, bro. Like, I don't want to hear this minutes restriction stuff, because based on you minutes restriction scientists and mathematicians out there, if Desmond Bane had to hit that down three that would have sent the game to overtime, and based on you guys' logic, Jaren Jackson Jr. wouldn't even play in overtime at all because of the minutes restriction. That's what y'all want me to believe. I don't want to hear this minutes restriction stuff, but at the end of the day, you got to manage minutes, you got to manage health, you got to manage your mental health, all those type of things. But the object is to win basketball games. If you're checking off all these boxes where, hey, so-and-so didn't get hurt. Oh, so-and-so only played so-and-so minutes. Oh, I got, Jacob Ravius some development. I got, Edie some time. Oh, I got Jay Huff some minutes. If you checked up all those boxes and you're losing games, you failed all the way across the board.
And I think honestly, kind of to speak to that, you said, is Taylor the guy that can take them to the next level? When you coach a team that is developing, that does not have a chance to win a championship, does not have a chance to play deep into the playoffs, to make those kinds of runs, you coach differently. You coach with those check boxes in mind of, I want to get my guys this. I want to see what this lineup looks like. I want to get Jaren as he's young, trying to get better. I want to put him in this position. I want to do this. I want to do this. The wins and losses don't matter.
Yeah.
Right? The wins and losses don't matter. That's like relatively low on the totem pole for a team that is trying to build to something. When you have a roster that the Grizzlies have right now, where they're not even fully healthy, and yet they are one of the better, most deep teams roster-wise in the league right now. And it's proven itself out in all 4 of those games. They've been up by 14 in every single one of those games. Yeah. When it is a win now mentality, you have a window to win now.
Get it.
That is it. I would love to talk to a former coach and say, how hard is it to click over in your brain that the number one goal is to win? It is not to check the boxes of minutes. It's not to check the boxes of, I want to get development time for my guys. I want to do this. It is to win and to win now. And you put the best players on the court to win now.
I heard people talking about, well, he's experimenting with rotations to see what works. I guarantee you, Jaren Jackson Jr. and Desmond Bain works.
They're a part of that.
We
don't have to test that anymore. Like, we know those 2 guys are 2 of the highest paid players on your team. You don't have to test it.
And here's the thing, like, Marcus Smart had a horrible offensive game yesterday. He played good as hell on defense yesterday.
He did everything else well.
He was making some defensive
plays. 7 assists too.
Yeah, he played well outside of shooting the ball. He was 0 for 11, right? I heard people say, oh, he's Dylan. I said, yeah, y'all might want to go back and watch some of them Dylan tapes. Because Marcus Smart took 11 shots, so Dylan would have took 20. He wouldn't have went over 20.
Yeah, I would say that too. Marcus Smart didn't really take no bag. All the shots were open.
He was missing the shit out the
He was just off.
And I'll say this. I'm a person who's pulling for the Marcus Smart experiment to work. I've said that. I want it to work either for us or work for somebody else. I've said that several times, right? But I will say that the fact that Marcus Smart looks that bad is worth criticizing. Like, his offseason was ass. It looked like he didn't do anything.
He didn't do anything.
Looked like he just got a haircut. And that's it. And I get it. Baby on the way, all those type of things. But and you want to talk about mental health, man. I'm not making excuses for Marcus Smart. I don't want this to come out this way. But I just wonder, where is he in his head with that whole Boston? Yeah. You know what I mean? Especially when you saw those guys win championships. You saw all 3 of those guys went to the Olympics. And Marcus Smart was a part of FIBA basketball.
Yeah.
Marcus Smart probably in his mind thinks, man, I'm supposed to be Drew Holiday right now. Mm-hmm. I'm supposed to be the 3rd guy that went. I'm supposed to be Derek White. You know what I mean? Like, anything. You know what I mean? I don't really know where his head is on that, but the man looks really bad aesthetically. But as far as
he got the Kyle Lowry
man, get the BBL this summer. Hey, fat. Oh man, the man head napping, man, beard scraggling like Marcus Smart. Come on, bro.
Looks like Tony Allen in New Orleans, man.
Hey, what? Look like he just got out the pool all the time. Yeah, but I ain't worried about Marcus Smart, man. Because at the end of the day, he's a gamer. And I'm gonna say this right here before we go to break. Something else that people just got a little bit too excited about for me. Let me see how I can break this down, bro. Basketball is a simple game. It's a complex game, too. And I say this all the time. There are a lot of dudes in the league. If you say, hey, go take this ball and score 20 points, you got the whole game to do it. I think probably 70% of the league is physically able to do that.
Oh, absolutely.
If the coach says, hey, go score 20.
Yeah.
There are a lot of dudes in the league that can give you 20 points in the game. I am excited to see that Jake LaRavia has went from a guy that I question whether he is a college basketball player to proving that he's an NBA player. I'm excited about that. But, man, enough for the Build-A-Bear projects when it comes to
30 minutes, man.
Man played more minutes than anybody last night. And I don't want to say he played 15 straight game minutes. And while we were cheering on Jake LaRavia for doing well in the 3rd quarter, the poor lead just dwindling away. The lead just gone. Because he was playing in a tunnel. Like, it was him. It was like Jake LaRavia versus Chicago. And I was like, all right, yeah, you're scoring points, man, but it's just not, we're not winning the game anymore.
It's not contributing to winning.
And as a coach, I'm going to say this as we go to the break. As a coach, you have to realize that when guys like Jake LaRavia are having big games like that, right? Or if a guy like Jalen Wells is going off, or a guy like John Conchar is going off, or Jay Huff, shout out to Jay Huff, got signed for the year then real quick. If a guy like that is giving you production and scoring like that, you're stealing those minutes. You're stealing that production. Yeah. Those guys aren't the expected guys to do those type of things. and you have to recognize as a coach, because I see it all the time. You have to recognize, okay, this is a mirage. This isn't real. I'm going back to my guys that can win this game, regardless of what type of game they've had, because I have on top of history, years on top of years of that particular dude being really good. I'm gonna go back to him.
Or play them with those guys. Don't just have them out there without them
That's
guys.
fine too. That's fine too. But
if you got to keep them out there,
you can only expect Scottie Pippen Jr., Jalen Wells, Jake LaRavia, Jay Huff, and whoever, Santi. You can only expect those guys. You're still in that time. Every bucket that's scored, shit, I stole another bucket. Oh shit, I stole another bucket. But I owe that time back. I can't. I'm not. That's gonna run out. You got to be able to recognize before it runs out. Okay, that's about to run out. Jaren, Marcus Smart, Desmond Bain, close this goddamn game out. Marcus Smart, don't shoot shit else. Bain, go win this game.
Go lock Zach LaVine down. Stop shooting. Go lock Zach down.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's 9 minutes left on the game. It's go time. It's winning time.
Yep.
You do not come back with your dudes.
Yep.
And bro, if I get minutes restriction, but if Jaren could come in 6 minutes left, goddamn it, he could have came in with 9 minutes left. And like I said, if the game would have went overtime, he would have played for the whole damn overtime. So don't kiss my ass with this minutes restriction stuff. And like I said, if they had won that game last night, Jaren wouldn't have been mad. Taylor Jenkins wouldn't have been mad. The training staff would have been mad. The team doctors wouldn't have been mad. Zach Kleiman wouldn't have been mad. Or Robert Perry wouldn't have given the damn either. Kiss my ass with this minutes restriction stuff. All that stuff is cool. But the object is to win games.
Do we know that there's a minutes restriction on these guys?
Jaren pretty much said it yesterday. He said, that's the part that I wish I could just get over.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell y'all something, too, as we go to break.
To it. Yep.
I know I ain't let y'all say shit today. Y'all got it after the break.
But he didn't sound enthusiastic about it. I was there.
Let me tell y'all,
very just,
Yeah. And you were in the locker room when he said it, right?
Yeah.
So you got the energy around it. I'm going to say what I got to say, then you tell me you can co-sign based on the energy, because I know you was in the locker room. Shout out to my boy, Perry Sharkey, man. Memphis
Grizzlies. The GOAT, baby. The GOAT, baby.
I'm trying.
Y'all wait till the boy Wi-Fi get right when he in the FedEx form. He got something for y'all. Y'all wait till you get the Wi-Fi right.
Hey, yesterday I got plenty of the content yesterday. It was on pregame weekend.
I know.
Got the video afterward.
Hey, but check this out though. It's a lot of people saying things like, "Oh man, you got to keep TJ around because the guys like him, or that's their guy." And oh man, that's their guy. Man, y'all better pay attention. History, that shit have changed so goddamn quick. It don't mean nothing, man. It don't mean nothing. And if you heard what Jaren was saying last night, the way Jaren was talking like on some, bro, I'm just waiting. Yeah, let's get that little shit over. That's the part I want to get past. Man, them boys want to win, bro.
They ready
them boys
to win.
Been playing together for 5-6 years now. They ready to win, bro. You can't sit. You can't. Just like I talked about in Utah with the whole thing, with like the whole, if you keep telling those dudes to go out there and lose, when it's time to win, they're going to be losers, right? You can't have these guys and tell them, oh, man, don't play. Just sit down. At the 25 minutes, sit down. So when it's winning time and you out of time, you don't know what to do. Don't neuter these dudes, man. Don't domesticate these dudes. Let them go hoop. Jaren right now, in the little glimpses we've seen, is playing the best Jaren Jackson basketball I've ever seen. He's passing out of double teams. He's dribbling efficiently to the rim, finishing, drawing contact, getting to the free throw line, taking threes when it's open, not shooting threes when he don't need it, passing up over threes to get to the line, hooping.
Yep. Great.
You was in the locker room, Paris. Give me some sights and sounds, bro.
Man, sights and sounds. Like I said about Jaren, you can tell, man, he ready to play, man. He want to play. This whole men's restriction thing.
Oh, man, I thought you were cussing, Paris. I thought you were cussing.
Ain't for him. Nah, not today. I've cursed on this show before. That ain't nothing. Hey, ain't no thing. I almost cursed me.
That's all right, no, cuss. Pastor, go ahead.
Oh, man, a couple things. Jay Huff, man. Jay Huff is super excited about their contract. Yeah. I think we talked to him the longest, about a good 7 minutes. A couple of people. I missed Bain. Bain normally doesn't go first, but I was on Grierdem's show, and he was the first person they talked to in the locker room. He normally don't be first, so that was something.
Right. Do you think who stands out to be because I know when I was covering the team in the locker room, Zebo was the big dog of the locker room. Like, Mark was kind of like the overseer, but Zebo came in with the big dog energy. So what's the pecking order you feel in the locker room, or are they all just kind of? And because I remember when John them first came, that was Jay Crowder's locker room. Yeah, it was Jay Crowder's locker room.
Honestly, I feel like it's a mixture of Marcus Smart and Desmond Bain. The vibes I get just talking to them two, because they seem like Marcus Smart used to oldest and the veteran.
Yeah.
They're the ones who are the vets who just kind of talk like a veteran.
Right.
So
The
you
Marcus
kind of
Smart had Wing Guru and a tray waiting on him when he got
No, I didn't even see him yesterday.
cool, just wanted to see. All right, go ahead.
That's right. I got to talk to Jaden Wells. I enjoy talking to Jaden Wells. You could tell just like as a rookie, he's just coming in. Kind of like how Gigi talking to Gigi last year. He just talking to the young guys. I really relate well with them. Scott, I didn't get a chance to catch Scottie Pippen yesterday, but talking to him normally, he's always a good listener, good talk to.
Scottie showing me something too, bro.
Oh yeah,
Scottie showing me something, bro.
With the pad, he actually dishing.
Defense, hoop, man, shoot.
We know defense. He locking up.
Yeah, bro. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was the guy who was like, man, I hope Scotty's who y'all think he is, because whatever. Get all that Ty Jones talk out of it. He's a baby Mike Conley to me, but the main hooper. The main is hooping. But yeah, that's all I got though, man. But we about to take a break, bro. Grizzlies got another game. What's today? Wednesday. They play tonight.
Yep, they play Zaire Williams.
Oh, on the ass. Hey.
Ben Simmons and them.
Don't let Cam Johnson lead the building. Don't let Dennis Schroeder lead the building.
I'd take Dennis Schroeder tomorrow.
Dorian Finney-Smith.
Dorian Finney-Smith lead the building. Go ahead. Hey, I'm going to the game. I'm scouting. I ain't going to watch the game. I'm going on talent scouting thing, bro.
We move forward. Players Nick Claxton. They might come out the bench after that big contract.
Brooklyn is in shambles.
Started Ben Simmons at center, bro.
Hey, I can take Nick too now. Don't play. I take Nick too. Man, poor BC. We got about it, man.
We got Huff and Puff, man. We don't need we don't need Nick Claxton, or we don't need a.
The thing about Huff too now. This is what people got to understand. We're gonna go. I promise y'all, we're gonna go to break. This is what people got to understand. It's cool for a dude to come in and do his thing, and don't nobody know who he is. Can you keep that shit up once a motherfucker know who you is? Like for real. Like that's the thing. And then like last night when I talked about stealing minutes. Huff is good the whole game. When it came down to the ass tight moments, he ain't never played ass booty tight basketball in the NBA before. He ain't never did that before. And when the booty hole had tight minutes, J Huff was looking like goddamn it, what's the dude that
open threes?
What's the dude name, bro? Damn it. He played for the Grizzlies. He was hurt and we signed him on a 2-way. Then we signed him to a real
Trey Jemison.
No, the white guy. He played for UConn with not UConn. God damn it, y'all know what I'm talking about.
How long ago?
John and them second year. I want to say he played for Gonzaga with Brandon Clark. Tall ass stretch 5, man. He was like a stretch 4 or 5.
Killian Tilly.
You look like Killian Tilly. Yeah.
I forget Killian Tilly.
Man, I forgot. You could have given me 30 minutes. I wouldn't have Killian Tilly.
I like J Huff. He's a man, a steal. Like he's a hooper. But he ain't never been in the moments where the end of a clutch game like that, because he never served that role on nobody's team. He would get garbage minutes in the league. So like I'm saying, you got to understand when you're still in time, bro. You got to understand. Also, okay, I'm still in time. I owe this time back. Go ahead, bro.
I understand these minutes restrictions and all that.
I don't understand.
I need Desmond Bain and Jaren Jackson to combine for more than 4 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, man. I need Desmond Bain to get more than 3 shots in the third quarter. Because that's the thing, man. You a coach, you realize I got these folks against the wall. Jaren, Bain, give me all y'all minutes now. Get this game over. Put them tricks down about 30 and they're going to quit.
Bain had 23 at halftime and finished with 30.
Jesus Christ.
There's crazy, bro.
He should have at least 40.
If you are about 20 on these folks in the second half, you get your dogs and say, look, I got to sit y'all ass down in a minute, bro. Finish these motherfuckers so we can go the fuck home. And I can sit y'all ass down.
Right.
And sit them down.
You don't. Y'all sit down, man. Go sit down. Hey, come on. Jake Raven, go do some go do some hooping shit.
We used to love it. We used to love it when the Golden State Warriors would come out in that third quarter and just blitz and just crush.
Bro, I remember.
And Steph would sit for an entire fourth quarter. He did it for like 30 games in a season. He didn't play a fourth quarter.
Bro, I remember one time. I remember one time.
Yep.
I remember one time Portland played Philly. And not Portland. Golden State played Philly, right? They were down by 10 at halftime. They were up by 20 at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, they go off on your ass. But
them folks outscored them by 30 in the third quarter.
That's Steve Kerr saying, bro, I want to sit down and have a conversation with y'all ass in the fourth. We can talk about the hoes in the crowd. We want to.
Right.
Go bust these folks' ass and sit down and kick it, man.
Bro.
You don't go out there and try to, bullshit.
We do the exact opposite. We make the game close for no reason.
Right.
We just be out thinking about this shit, bro. Hey, man, go to break, man. We're gonna come back and talk about University of Memphis. A vagabond group of just hard playing guys, man. I'm telling you, man. Hey, we ain't good enough. We ain't good enough to go against the North Carolinas and Alabamas in games that don't count. But wait till the games get for real in the AAC. Goddamn, we got something for y'all ass. We're gonna talk about that in a moment. Come back more and answer the same show. We'll see y'all in a minute.
It's going to come down to also team success.
Hey, can we stop blowing the yard?
I mean, this is so rude.
Come on, we're doing a show over here. Not even a wave or nothing. Well, I love driving through your neighborhood, by the way, Brevin, because I waved to so many people today. And I initiated the wave. I didn't even let them wave first.
You waved first.
I waved first. They're like, oh, hey, there's that nice man in that big-ass truck.
He's so friendly. Well, I don't like that he's going to blow all that stuff onto my... That's all right. When it's time for me to clean my yard, you know what I do?
Huh. Blow it right on back?
Blow it right on back. So
there
we got a little blowing battle. Hold on.
Hey.
Whoa, hold on. Pause. Hold on now.
Yeah, we'll just edit that out. Yeah. That's fine.
Put that on loop.
That's going to be our promo this week, probably.
Tune in to the Night Court podcast with your hosts, Rob Fisher and Brevin Knight, on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
It's laughable that UAB was picked first and we were picked second. In every metric, we're like 40 spots better than them. Why? Just because they have Yaxel? We have 7 of the top 10 players in the conference. Why is it?
That's not why.
Why is
it's the
it?
Penny effect. They're literally voting against Penny because they've been down this road for 7 years. They've seen this consistently. Memphis gets ranked first to win the conference, and do they ever win the conference? No. So they're just saying, like, look, at this point, the guy can't get it done. That's what it seems like to me, at least.
If we do not win the American this year, it's a travesty. I need to see a conference season length amount of success thrown together over the course of 18 games.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with TJ Willis and Trey Lasley every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Welcome back to the Anthony Sain Show. Back with my guys, Perry Shark and Kenny Stubblefield, man. I was checking out my guys, TJ and Trey, man.
Hey.
Tigers on tap. It reminded me, man, it's that time of year. It's TJ and Trey time. Y'all been looking at your numbers. Your numbers been straight. In the algorithm, they about to get y'all ass up out of here.
Hey,
the boy been hibernating for a few months. They better come out. Okay,
hey, real talk. Hey, let's get Kenny his flowers, bro. Those commercials, bro. I was in here rolling.
Yeah,
that Brevin and Rob Fisher, bro.
Yeah,
TJ,
yeah.
both of them, bro. Those are good. That was good. Good edits, man. Great edits for both of them.
I've been sitting here for literally. I've been around for I think like a year and a half with Bluff City Media, and I've been trying to like say what is the experience that TJ and Trey's show reminds me of. Like I've been trying to put my finger on it, right? And it finally came to me just then. You know, you go to the game super early and ain't nothing going on. Yeah. You just happen to sit beside a fan and y'all just start this pregame conversation.
Yeah,
that's what that show.
That's it.
That's a good one.
We're usually really talking. It's not like a bar. It's not like a bar conversation. It's literally like I'm sitting in my seat. I got here at 6:30. Game starts at 7. Ain't nothing really going on, and I'm just talking to a fan about what's going on with the sport. Like that's their show is really good.
The fact that you see that tells me they are succeeding at what they do, because that is absolutely the goal of that show.
Yeah.
They doing good with it, yeah.
Hey, you can sleep on them folks. Them folks back. Hey. My numbers been doing good. My Grizzlies, but when I stick to strictly Grizzlies stuff, my show has been numbers been doing good. I can't fuck with them boys. Them boys gonna go crazy.
I love it.
Hey, you want to talk about who can pull some weight in Bluff City Media? Them two motherfuckers can pull. Hey, wait for the city team, goddamn. We're gonna talk about Dane Danger, goddamn. PJ Haggerty in this bitch. Who the fuck is Morant? John here having pop-up shops selling shoes and shit. Them motherfuckers talking about PJ Haggerty and gonna have 3,000 views.
3,000 views. It's wild. It's wild.
Oh man.
Oh God.
Oh man. Who the hell is Yuki Yakamura?
They don't care. They don't
I really want to hear Dame Danger. oh God. Yeah, man. But shifting on the Tiger basketball, the Tigers played their second exhibition game. Hey, exhibition game. These are not exhibition games.
Right.
What happened
What happened to CBU, man? What?
Yeah, play for Lamar on. Like, what happened to
playing Lane, man?
When we played, T-Head was 30 years old playing for Lamar.
Hey, man, don't get it twisted. T-Head could hoop.
He got game right now.
He got game right now.
Right now.
He can shoot. He can outshoot anybody in the league right now.
Him and Lester Hudson, man.
Man, cook your ass. Oh man,
T-Head used to come into the Hamilton gym
like they used to be. The Tigers have played 2 exhibition games, one against North Carolina, the Bluest of Blue Bloods, North Carolina, and one against Alabama in the whatever it is. It was some type of charity game, huh?
It's a Rocket City Classic. It's a charity game, yeah. Huntsville is called the Rocket City. It's got the Space Museum.
Yeah, the space.
For sure. Yeah. Kenny, you were there. Penny flew you down there.
Yeah. On the PJ.
Put you in Roman Cleary in one of the nicest hotels.
Yeah.
What was that thing that used to be down there? Space Center? Is that what they call it?
The Space Center.
Yeah, the Space Museum. Yeah, Space Center, yeah.
Put y'all
I didn't go back. I ain't been since I was little.
Put y'all in the Space Center Hotel, the resorts out there. So tell us about it, man. Because I cut on the radio today, and I saw my boy John Martin on Twitter. He was acting like it was, a meltdown of what he was watching. And they talked about how the Tigers don't have shooting. And my thing is, man, I don't care how Memphis looks against, powerhouse teams, North Carolina, Alabama. I don't care how they look. I only care about how they look against other teams in the AAC. I want them to be one of the top teams in the AAC. I haven't watched them play at all. The first game I was working. The last game happened when the Grizzlies game was going on. So sorry, buddy, I'm going to deal with one meltdown at a time. So,
yeah.
You're not the tribal chief.
What are your honest thoughts after watching this team play twice?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you cut the game off at halftime, you'd be like, "What the hell is going on?"
Smoked in the first half. That's why I stopped the first half. I did cut off at halftime.
It was god awful. Like the offense was just struggling. They couldn't get good shots. Like they were trying to run. Go ahead.
So Kenny, we basically need the Memphis Tigers second half,
right?
And the Grizzlies to swap, right? That's what we need. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was brutal. Like it was a really rough first half, and I think the Tigers were down by like 20 at halftime. I think something like that. And we kind of during halftime we were like, I was talking to a couple of the fans that were there, and we were just kind of like, let's just get on out of here, right? Like let's just get back to Memphis and kind of figure it out. The second half was a totally different story. Penny made some adjustments. Specifically, the main adjustment that he made was he took originally in the first half, the lead guard for the Tigers was Tyrese Hunter. And Tyrese Hunter is the 5th year grad transfer played for Texas, played for Iowa State, played some big time games. He was on ball. And PJ Haggerty, the super sophomore transfer from Tulsa, was off ball, and it just the offense just didn't flow. It didn't look good. Nothing was flowing right. They weren't getting good shots. Penny in the second half changed the game plan up and put PJ Haggerty on ball and Tyrese off ball. And I'm telling you, man, the grit, the fight, the determination, even the way the offense looked, the flow and what they did out there, they beat Alabama up in the second half. Ultimately lost the game by 8, but they outscored the consensus top 2 team in the country. Yeah. Some have them 2, some have them 1, right? And physically, it wasn't just they started shooting threes and making a bunch of threes. They physically outplayed Alabama in the second half. And so I walked out of that game going, you don't take anything. Like Penny is in complete learn mode right now. Like you don't learn things from beating up on Lane College or beating up on Lemoyne Owen or beating up on CBU. He has now played his team that has not played together at all, has now played 2 exhibition games against 2 top 10 teams in the country, and has learned so much about his team to the point where if I'm looking at the game film, I'm saying PJ Haggerty clearly is almost impossible to guard if he's on ball. Yeah. Like his ability to get down the court, down or into the paint, his ability he can't shoot worth a lick, but the guy can get to the basket and he can finish and he can pass the ball out. I mean, he's just what they did on the offensive side and then the way they locked down defensively was crazy impressive.
Right.
Was crazy
that's
impressive.
Things that you may not have found out until game 3 or 4 in the regular season if you're playing.
And now you found it out in games that don't count. They don't matter.
I like this, bro. Like let's do this from now on. Let's play teams. Let's play real teams, bro.
I agree.
When is college basketball gonna go ahead and just be the G League for the NBA? Just be the G League, bro. Because you're literally playing preseason.
One, they need to turn to 4 quarters.
Yeah, exactly.
It's been like 10 years.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the shooting was terrible. They shot the ball terribly. They did not shoot well. Colby Rogers is a grad transfer from Wichita State. He's played at 3 different schools before he came to Memphis, and at every single one of those schools shot the ball. His career averages are like 12 3-point attempts a game and shooting the ball 48% from the 3-point line.
Yeah.
And he's not shooting the ball well in these 2 exhibition games.
He'll be fine.
People were asking Penny, people asked Penny after the game, like, are you concerned about the shooting, right? PJ Carter, good shooter. Colby Rogers, elite shooter. Tyrese Hunter, elite shooter. Are you concerned about the guy that they're not hitting? He's like, no, like, I'm not concerned about that yet. Like that, it'll come, like it'll happen. Like you don't all of a sudden just become a terrible shooter. Like it'll come, it'll happen.
Yeah, slump. Shooters have slumps.
Yeah, shooters have slumps. But the thing is, like, they had Musa Cisse back on the court. Musa was injured, had a groin pull that first game against UNC. Man came in, and what we talked about after the UNC game was how much they struggled with rim protection, right? Mm-hmm. Like they just struggled in that game. And he physically came in and put his stamp on that rim. And
I gotta watch him, bro. I saw it kind of on when I was at work the other day for the last game, but I haven't actually sat and watched them play. I got
Dane Danger played in that first game against UNC and had a rough game. According to Penny, and I don't understand this, but according to Penny, they were so amped up about the UNC game that most of the players came to the practice facility hours before and started playing and started working out, and they overworked themselves, and Dane messed his back up, and so he had a messed up back during the game, apparently, according to Penny. But he came out in this game and he looked much more agile, his footwork, he can't hit a free throw to save his life, but the kid was making a bunch of shots in the paint. Like it was that second half impressed me to the point where I go, if they play like this, if they can play like this, put a full 40 minutes together, Anthony, I agree with you. The goal is to not beat the top 5 teams in the country right now. The goal is to win the AAC. Yeah. There is not a team in the AAC that can touch them. They cannot touch them if they play the way they did in the second half.
I want to see it, bro. I got to sit down and post some time to these boys. But we about to wrap this thing up, man. But Grizzlies PR just dropped a status update for the game. Remember, we're recording this on Tuesday. You guys are watching this on Wednesday. Zach Edey added to the questionable list in 13 minutes of play last night.
That's what I saw. That's why he was
the load
only
management
play.
ain't working.
That's why he only played 14 minutes or 13.
You think he
13
got hurt?
and a half minutes. Huh?
So I mean, I thought they said it's because he was getting killed in the third quarter. Anyway, bro, Zach Edey, questionable with calf soreness. John Conchar.
What is the posterior tibial tendonitis?
That's the ass muscle.
They didn't have it before. They had foot. Hold on. What? This might have foot soreness before this. So hold on, dog.
Hey man, I'm sick of this, bro. John Morant, thigh soreness out. GG, Luke, Cam, Vince. Them folks ain't give him no update, no official update on Vince either. I know they said. I know. DeMichael put out a report, but
yeah, that's in the foot. Posterior tibial tendonitis.
Okay. I thought posterior meant your ass.
Nah, because they said foot soreness. I'm like, nah, this ain't gotta be foot, bro. You can't just switch from foot to a whole nother injury.
Posterior don't mean your ass.
It does.
The ass part of his foot is what they was telling me. But yeah, man, you about to get up out here. I'm not.
They try to get Latin on us, man. Like trying to confuse us with what the injuries are.
Yeah, man. Before we in, man, boy, you know, bowl eligible.
Bowl eligible, man. Colorado.
The boys.
All right, I got an actual definition of posterior for you.
All right, come on.
Located at or near the back of the body, so it is the ass.
Yeah.
So it's like, is it like
the back of the foot?
Is it the back of the foot? Is it the heel? Is he having heel issues? Like, is he having
somewhat? It's a little bit above it's a little bit ahead of the heel.
Well, sit your ass down, John Carter. Right. Just sit your ass down. Yeah. But man, for Kitty Stubblefield, for Perry Sharkey, this Anthony Sain, we'll see y'all on Friday, man. And we about this jump.
Thank you for listening to the Anthony Sain Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next week.